Everyone in this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy.
Nice to see you. Almost broke my microphone. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Tattletales. Nice to have you with us. This is the show that asks the question, can the banana yellow section survive another day of Tattletales? And we'll find out in just a minute. When the blue, yellow, and red section back our three celebrity couples, let's meet them now, shall we? On my left, Mitzi McCall and her husband, Charlie Brill, in the blue section. Yellow.
Yellow. Do you know that that's our license plate? We have become, you know, crazy by, when we answer the telephone, we don't say hello, we go, yellow. So it's our license plate is Y-E-L-L-O.
And now everybody will know it's our
Now we know. Be sure when you're driving down the street here in Los Angeles, ladies and gentlemen, if you see a license with yellow on it, say, I'm Mitzi and Charlie. Now,
Right,
you'll have thousands of people honking at you, hopefully.
I like it.
The blue section has Charlie and Mitzi. The yellow section is rooting for Alejandro Ray and his wife, Joyce. It is nice, as always, to have you both with us today. Are you ready to do battle, sir?
Ready, sir.
Ready? All right. The yellow section will naturally be going bananas. They're, you know, famous for that by this point. Next to Alejandro and Joyce is Olivia Martin and her husband, Ross Martin. Yeah. For whom the red section will be going bananas. It's nice to have you with us, both of you, Olivia and Ross.
Thank you.
Your first time on the show. You're the rookies, so we're all going to pick on you today.
Oh, we were on yesterday, you know.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, no need to pick on you. All right, gang. If you are ready, we are ready. Let's have our first question, shall we? And here it comes. Gentlemen, the question is addressed to you. It is worth $150 in the pot, and this is it. Men, a rich uncle gives you the latest status symbol, or is it status symbol? It's called a Malibu tub, and it's a big outdoor bath made of redwood in which two couples can enjoy a social bath together. Now, the following couples have volunteered to be the first to share your bath with you. Mr. and Mrs. Henry Kissinger, Mr. and Mrs. Howard Cosell, and Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. Which couple do you pick to share the bath with you? Go away and think about it, fellas. We'll come back in a minute. Amid the hissing and booing of our studio audience. Mitzi, that's a tough question, must admit. Who would you invite over to take that bath now? Would it be the Queen
You mean
Elizabeth?
who would I or who would Char?
Well, I guess we've addressed the question to Charlie, so maybe you better say who would Charlie like to...
Well, I don't know what all the Missies, Kissinger and Cosell and, I'm sorry, who was the third one?
Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth.
Of course I know what Queen Elizabeth looks like.
You do? Oh, really?
Well, she might not be a lot of fun in a tub, I have to be honest. No disrespect to the Queen. Bert, Charlie is crazy over sports. So just to get into it with Howard Cosell, I think that my husband would say Mr. and Mrs. Cosell.
When you say get into it, you mean get into the bathtub.
I mean,
You really
really
mean get into it, don't you? All right, you're going to say Howard Cosell. Let's bring him on and see if he agrees.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
The three couples have volunteered to share your bath with you.
Yeah.
The Kissingers, the Cosells, and the King and Queen, or the Queen and Prince Philip.
Yeah.
Which couple do you pick?
Well, I would want the Queen to see that I was a king also.
You
it would be me.
Be the Queen, huh?
Obviously, that's not what the dummy gave you.
No. As a matter of fact, some of us are dying to know why you want to take a bath with a queen, as a matter of fact.
Why not?
Tell them what you said, Mitzi.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Dummy.
What?
Do you not make me crazy with the sports things on
Howard Cosell is football. I like baseball. What's the matter with you?
See?
Dumb.
See? You didn't...
I thought he was everything.
Oh, well, I think that... Does that answer your question?
You see, we don't share a lot of things.
Just get me the tub. I'll show you who.
I'm sorry, you don't share in that pot either, but thank you anyway. It was most illuminating. Thanks, Charlie. All right, Joyce, what's Alejandro going to say? Which couple?
Well, I guess, as far as sharing the bath, it's debatable between the Queen and the Kissingers.
Uh-huh.
I think it's going to be the Kissingers.
You think so, huh?
Maybe a little titillating conversation would be interesting in a bathtub?
Yeah. It could, but it wouldn't hurt.
Wouldn't help.
Okay, let's bring on Alejandro. All right, Alejandro, you have the choice of couples now. The Kissingers, the Cossells, and Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip.
May I ask a question before answering?
I guess you might, sure.
It is my choice, right? Not
That's right.
Joyce's choice.
That's right, your choice.
Henry Kissinger.
That's what she said, and you're right.
I don't want Prince Philip in my bathtub.
What do you have against Howard Cosell, Alejandro? Who was your second choice then? Obviously, it must have been...
the Queen of England.
The Queen, it would have been, huh? That was your second choice?
Yes.
All right. What was your third choice? Oh, I guess we know that. All right, you've got to share the pot, Alejandro. Thank you very much. Olivia, what's Ross going to say?
Well, we've spent several evenings with Mr. Cosell, and we have spent an evening with Mr. Kissinger. We have not met the Queen and her husband, and I don't think you get to take a bath with a queen every day. I think he might kind of dig taking a bath with the Queen of England. I'm going to say the Queen of England.
Yeah, you better say the Queen of England.
Yeah, because we haven't met her.
Let's make sure we make it very clear that. All right, you'll say that he'd like to share his bath with the Queen and Prince Philip, right?
The first bath, you said, wasn't it? It was a new gift.
Yes, it's a
and it
new
was
tub,
the first,
and they volunteered.
Yeah, I think kind of the christening idea.
Okay.
I'd like to think that he's going to say that.
All right, let's see if he does say it. Let's bring him on.
What do you think?
Chattanooga choo-choo. I'm a little crazy myself today.
Is that a clue, Bert?
No, it isn't, sir. In no way is that a clue. Ross, which of the three couples would you go for?
I would go for Her Majesty and Prince Philip.
That's what she said. You are right. Hey, how about that? Okay, that means Joyce and Alejandro, Olivia and Ross split the pot. They get the money, and we'll be back to see who else gets the rest of the money on Tattle Tales in just a moment. Please come back with us, won't you? I was just saying we should have some fun with this one. Here it is, question number 2 coming up, worth $150. Fellas, it's addressed to you. Here it is. Which of you had to make the bigger adjustment to make your marriage a success? You or your wife? Which of you had to make the bigger adjustment to make your marriage a success? You or your wife? Think about it, fellas. We'll be back with you in just one moment. Oh, boy, they're all going, oh, well, let me see now. Mitzi, what's Charlie going to say? Who had to really make an adjustment? Or the bigger adjustment?
If he doesn't answer this right,
what are you going to do?
I am going to poison his Hungarian goulash tonight. I definitely had to make the big... I mean, he is a kook. You know that, Bert.
Oh, no,
Charlie's a kookaboo.
You're kidding.
Oh, would I lie about a thing like that? Yeah, I had to make the bigger adjustment. Definitely. I mean, there's no contest.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll hope we're not surprised, won't we, for the blue section. Let's bring on Charlie. All right, Charlie. You've married your dimpled darling.
Yeah, I did.
Who had to make the bigger adjustment to make this marriage a success?
Meow.
I think Mitzi.
That's what she said. You're right, Charlie, of course.
Yeah.
Why did it take you so long to come to that conclusion?
It was a guess. It was either me or Mitzi, so I said Mitzi.
See what I mean?
You got a head on those shoulders, Charlie Brill. If you got a head on those shoulders, you also have a share of the pot. Thank you, Charlie. Me or Mitzi? Okay, Joyce, what's Alejandro going to say?
Well, I think initially I had to make the biggest adjustment. Subsequently, perhaps he's done some adjusting, but I guess I would say myself.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. In particular reason?
Well, yes, because he has, you know, the Latin temperament, which is a little harder to get along with, perhaps, than the American temperament.
Do you want to tell us a little more about it? What does he
well,
do? Does he stomp around a little bit?
Well,
around the house?
he has a habit of he's modified a great deal, I have to tell you, in 5 years of marriage. I'm very proud of him.
Yes.
He's become very American in that way.
I
But
understand.
initially it was tough.
I understand. All right, you made the bigger adjustment. Let's see if he agrees. Bring him on, please. Alejandro, who made the bigger adjustment? You or Joyce?
I did. I have to qualify. I know that she worked very hard, but I
Yes.
think it was a bigger adjustment for me than for her.
Why?
Well, I was longer bachelor than she was.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she
For
mentioned
one thing.
she mentioned another.
But you were married before.
For 7 days.
Well, you see
He
how
thinks
much I
he
had
to
to
make the
adjust.
adjustment, right? I'm sorry, no score there, but fascinating nonetheless. Thanks, Alejandro. Okay, Olivia, how about Ross?
I think Ross had to make the bigger adjustment.
Why do you think so?
Well, he had been single for many, many years, and I had a couple of children. I was independent. I was a working girl, and I wasn't the easiest person to get along. I was an independent lady,
All right,
and
so-
I think he had to make a big adjustment to that because he was a very independent man.
Right, all right.
We both adjusted, but I think
He made the bigger one. All right, let's bring him on.
we had-
Okay, Ross, who made the bigger adjustment, you or Olivia?
You might have to flip a coin for that, but I think that all things considered, even as tough as I am to get along with, I had to make the bigger.
That's what she said, sir. That's good, very tough question. And that means Mitzi and Charlie, Olivia and Ross split the $150 pot. And it is halftime. Ladies, if you will, step to the rear. Gentlemen, come on out here. And while we are turning around, we're going to break away for just a moment. So please come back with us, won't you? Okay, we're back. Next question coming up. I have the fellas out here with me, and they are charmingly dressed, I must say. Look at that. Chamois, isn't that,
So
Charlie?
sweet of you to notice.
Terrific. And you all dressed up in
I don't
purple
even want
there?
to talk about it.
Oh, sorry. And you have some outfit, too. That's really, you really look gorgeous, all of you. And you all, sit down, Ross, if you all of your rooting sections at this point are winning some money, and we're ignoring Ross. He's making a total fool
Because
of
he's
himself.
not wearing pants. I
Is
don't know
that
what
it?
they're
Let me
applauding.
see, Ross. Have you got pants on?
No, of course not.
Oh, he does have pants on. All right, ladies, this question is addressed to you. It's worth $150. Are you ready? This is it. Ladies, we want you to describe yourself using only one word. You think that's easy, huh? Well, it must begin with the letter D. We want you to describe yourself using only one word, and it must begin with the letter D, as in David. Good night, ladies. We'll see you in a moment. There they go. Now we'll see what happens. What's the word, sir? What is it, and what does it begin with?
Begins with D.
That's right.
It could be one of the 7 dwarfs whose name we all know, but it's not that. I would say Mitzi is, yes, somebody said it, devilish.
Devilish?
Yes. She would say that she was gorgeous, but that doesn't begin with a G. D,
No,
devilish.
not Dorgeous.
No.
She's... Hello, Dorgeous.
No, not today. I'd say
Not today.
devilish.
Devilish. Let's
Yeah.
bring her on. Shh, shh, shh. What's the word? Begins with a D. Describes you best.
Dingy.
I'll buy that, yes, but unfortunately, that's not what Charlie said.
What did he say? What did he say? I'm dying to know.
I said devilish, you dingy person.
Sorry, darling, no score
sorry,
there.
Blue.
They both apply, however. Thank you. No, I didn't really mean that. All right, Alejandro, how about Joyce?
Well, I would say divine, but she wouldn't say that. She's very humble.
She'll
She
say.
probably would say direct.
Direct. Mm-hmm. Oh. Now, you don't
I
know
know
banana
her.
section. You're getting out of hand here, folks.
And I always lose, so
You'll say direct.
direct.
Okay, let's bring her on. The word, you must describe yourself with one word. It must begin with a D. What will it be, Joyce?
How about delightful?
It's delicious.
I agree with her. I agree.
He didn't say it. Tell her what you said, Alejandro.
I said direct.
Oh, direct. Well, that would describe
That too,
as
huh?
well.
Yes,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, that's not the one we got. I'm sorry, dear. No score there.
I tell you, winning is not everything, but losing is nothing.
Thanks, Joyce. Okay,
Here's
Ross.
our chance. It's an open-end question, could go anywhere, yes?
That's right.
Yes, that's true.
What's it going to be?
Well, if you were to ask me, my answer would be darling. But you're asking her. It's what would she say?
She's
And she
describing
wouldn't
herself.
pick that, again, because of modesty. I would say probably devoted.
Oh, what a lovely word.
How about that?
So
Let's give a big
It's true.
That's very
If you were to
sweet.
see the way she devotes herself to a cause or to her kids.
Well, all I can tell you is we went to the Ross Martin tennis tournament at La Costa,
And isn't that proof?
and she, boy, talk about working hard. Of
divided.
course, you do
I
too,
didn't
but
go there.
she did a wonderful, wonderful
incredible.
job
I
for a
wasn't
very good
invited to
cause.
that.
You
Never
don't
mind,
play
Charlie.
tennis.
Charlie, they don't have a tournament for
I didn't know you played
tiddlywinks.
tennis.
Well,
Okay, you'll say devoted.
Devoted.
Let's bring her on. All right, Olivie. Tough question. Describe yourself using only one word, and it must begin with that letter D.
Determined.
Very good word. I am sorry. That means nobody scored. He used he said devoted, Olivie, which is also a lovely word. But unfortunately, nobody scored. Nobody gets the $150, but that $150 will now go over to our next question. We'll add it on to the next one, and at this point, Olivie and Ross Martin are in the lead with $150 for the red section, and we'll come back with our next question in just a moment. Please come back, too. Nobody cares. Hello, we're back. Now, this question normally is worth $300, which ain't bad. But since nobody got the last one right, we add that to this. This question is now worth $450. And here we go. Ladies, the question is addressed to you. This is it. Girls, you return home one rainy day to find that all your in-laws have dropped in. The roof has started to leak. The electricity has gone out. A toilet is overflowing. And your
like a normal
dog is in
day.
the process of biting a neighbor. Who would handle this kind of a crisis better, you or your husband? Your relatives drop in, the electricity's gone, the toilet's overflowing, your dog's biting a neighbor. Who'd handle it better, you or your husband? Think about it, ladies. We'll come back in just a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Charlie, what about you and Mitzi?
I don't know how to do anything. Mitzi would have to take care of the whole thing.
She'd have to do it all, huh?
Everything.
She'd handle the crisis.
Even if she bit the neighbor, she'd have to take care of it.
All right, let's bring Mitzi on and see if she agrees with you. Okay, Mitzi, we have $450 in the pot. Who would handle this situation, you or Charlie, better?
You're looking at the person right here.
That's what the man said. You're right. All right, dear, you've got to share the pot.
Bert,
Yes.
excuse me, but Charlie would handle it well. He'd faint.
That's what he said. There was no question in his mind. You'd take it all over and handle it. Thank you, dear. You have a share. Okay, Alejandro, how about Joyce?
I think that Joyce is the one who's going to handle that with calm. She will be calm, cool, calm, collect, and etc.
Right. No question, huh? She's the one.
Oh, yeah, she's the one. I'll be...
So far, the men are going to pieces on us, aren't they? All right, let's bring on Joyce. Okay, Joyce.
Uh-oh.
Who would handle that?
Well, I tell you,
terrible
if
situation?
such a disaster occurred, I'm sure that we would both handle it jointly. But if it had to fall in the lap of only one of us, I think Alejandro would do the best job.
Said you would, darling, but you said it would be close. You'd both do pretty well, but he didn't make it close at all. He said you absolutely. I'm sorry, no score there. Thanks, dear. All right, Ross, the ball game is up for grabs here, folks. Need I tell you? What is the answer? Who would handle it best?
Well, before I was married, I would have taken care of all of that just great. But since my marriage, I live like a king. I lie back and have everything done for me. Olivier would handle it, and you'd never even see her leave the room. She's that marvelous at it.
She is, huh?
Yep.
And you're very secure and confident of this answer.
Totally. She's incredible.
Let's bring her on. All right, Olivier, half the front row of the red section has their fingers crossed, but don't let that put any undue pressure on you. Who would handle this crisis better, you or Ross?
Mrs. Martin.
That's what she said. And that means we split our pot 2 ways. Mitzi and Charlie, Olivier and Ross both get the money for their section. That signal means our time is up. The big winners for the day are Olivier and Ross Martin. All right. And we'll come back and let you know just how much they won for the red section in just a moment. Please come back with us, won't you? Hello. We are back, and our big winners today were Olivier and Ross Martin, $375. We had $1,000 to that for $1,375 for the red rooting section. Not bad at all, sir. If I may, Ross, tell us where we can look for you next time.
I'll be doing, as a matter of fact, in about a week or two, I'll be down in Pittsburgh.
Yay!
Pittsburgh. At the Pittsburgh Civic Light Opera. I'm starring in Gigi.
We'll watch for that, and we hope you'll watch for us, too, on Tattletale's Bert Convy saying so long, everybody. Bye-bye.
This is Jack Clark speaking for Tattletales, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.